welcome everybody to the Vintage DLC review video. To begin with, I have to say a big thanks to Frontier Development for giving me a DLC code early on to make sure to be preparing a lot of videos for you guys for today, and there will be 5 videos including this one today, which seems a lot actually. And we are going to be streaming tonight as well, but the reason for it, and that's the first thing I need to do before we actually go into the little review of this DLC and free update, because that's included in the update. The thing is, I decided to cut this all into 5 separate videos. The reason for it is I don't want to make a super crazy 1.5 hour video, or maybe cut this down to an hour or whatsoever, where you have to skip to all of these and put timestamps in. So I wanted to make relatively short videos for each individual topic. As you can see in the background, and we are always just having this background now to talk about this, my little vintage area within the frame, and this is kind of the frame I want to give you. Having 4 videos for each individual part and 1 video to talk about the actual DLC. So if you want to see everything in detail, I would highly recommend you to now jump to the end of this video. We have 4 end cards. Each end card goes into one of those 4 areas. You can see on the right hand side the coasters, left hand side free update, down left side is the free custom coaster support video, and right down side of this frame there we have all the scenery items and new vending machines and stuff. So if you want to do that, jump to the end. If you want to hear my opinion and my kind of recommendation for you guys about the Vintage DLC, stick with me. We are going to talk about that, not for too long, maybe 8-10 minutes, nothing too crazy, just to make sure I cover everything which I think is important to know about the DLC, to make it easier for you to judge it. And if you say it's enough for me to see a few glimpses of it, that's totally fine, but hey, here we are. That's it. This is the Vintage DLC. The frame you can see I've built completely and entirely out of new items from the DLC. But hey, what's it? It's the 1.7 update of Planet Coaster, and it is an awesome one. Is it even the 1.7? I tend to say 1.7 all the time. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Is it even the 1.8 already? I'm confused. Anyways, it is definitely a great update, and we have a free part of it, which is also very cool, because we have one coaster, we have the free custom supports, and we have various different things which add a lot of things to the game, and it does actually help with a few things. So for example, having these gardening pieces with the planters and stuff, it's just amazing, because that's a few things. I have done this for you guys as well. If you remember, I have done this for my little blueprint I made for the gardening pieces, and if you just remember this correctly, there were a million pieces going into, so now having actual main game pieces that don't take a lot of pieces to achieve a nice planter area, that helps a lot. But anyways, then we have obviously the paid DLC. It's the same price as always, it's $11.99, and for €1 I guess it's $14.99. As always, I say because all the others have been at the same price level, and I can already say the quality of this one is again basically at the same level. I mean, I see that people have tendencies to like one more than the other, which is obvious, and I guess we all can agree that Studios and Adventure have been amazing DLCs so far, but all the others have been great as well. So now the question is this one standing out? For me, I say yes, and I'm going to explain why. So it is at the same level of quality as the others are, and it has even fewer pieces, so you could judge it by only the amount of pieces in it, but I would recommend not to do so. For me, the addition of, for example, the Bobsled Coaster is a very, very high impact. I think it changes a lot, because it adds a new skyline to your park. It adds a new variant of wooden coaster, because by now we only had the slightly different variants of it, but we have 2 new wooden coasters actually, by the Bobsled and by the wooden mouse. We have 2 actual new, very new looking ones. I mean, yes, the coaster track of the new added wooden coaster is also a new one, but it doesn't really change too much to the looks of it, because from far away you can't really distinguish if that is one. People out there will be, the coaster geeks and nerds will be able to, but the majority of people can't really tell from a further point of view if this is the same or not. So it adds a new kind of eye-catcher to your parks, which I totally love. Then talking about the various flat rides, I have to admit that they all look gorgeous, and I like it that they finally managed to bring them all in with a relatively small footprint, which is really cool because you can squeeze them into the smallest of areas, which is also very cool. And the look of them is just amazing because they are all made a bit more vintagey. So the hydraulic systems it's more natural, right? It's not that hyper modern that you have in current ones where the hydraulic is already really advanced. It's more like raw machine power. It's a lot more smaller, and you can see the cables floating around and stuff. I just love it. It's natural. It's vintage. I mean, that's where the name comes from. But it's just very cool. Yeah. Then again, talking about maybe one of the parts that is maybe not the strongest of this DLC, but it's still a special one, and this is like with the Scnerey Pieces. There are about 250-ish new items in the game. Most of them are very big and styled towards the vintage style, obviously. We have a few new animatronics, we have a nice new VFX effects. As always, if you want to see it in detail, click to the links down below in the description or at the end of the video. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's just very nice, all these pieces. Obviously, they are maybe not as genuinely usable as it is usually. So some of them are too much themed to be used as kind of pieces in every area. But therefore, there are also some great new additions in terms of the little path elements, like new lampposts and new kind of bins and benches, and also different variants of fencings, and all these are styled somewhat vintage but not too crazy vintage, and they basically replace everything I have done for my little gardening blueprint I've made a few months ago. So they are really adding to the game in the way that you finally have even more customization options for your pathways and really make the whole park look more park-ish, if that makes sense. So I actually think that this is just really pure awesomeness. And then we have a last topic to talk about, which is hopefully the most surprising for all of you, because for me it was. Once opening the DLC, I was like, wait a second. Actually, it was the lady designer sending me a picture, and I was like, what is going on here? We have custom supports, like a set of custom supports. What is going on? And we actually have this, guys. We have a whole set of over 50 pieces only for custom supporting coasters, with all the screws and all the little pieces to hold it together, different pipework, different concrete footers and stuff. And these little things, alongside the vending machines and the planter stuff and so on, it adds so much more to the park life, in this whole thing. So just saying that the DLC alone is maybe not the best. It's a very good one, but maybe not the best. It's maybe not on par with the adventure one, but it's very close. But seeing it together with the free stuff update, it's the best update for me yet. I have to say this completely honest with you, and nothing to do with the fact that I had early access and stuff, because you guys know that we have the good connection to Frontier quite a lot, so I still want to be honest with you guys, and this is very important for me, that you also have the feeling that I'm honored with you. I love the game, and we can still talk about things like I'm still missing the damn Schwarzkopf Looper coaster. I still want to have that one, and I'm still generally not happy with the gizmo stuff and so on, but I can say what I love, and I love this update in its entirety. So it's not only the DLC, and it's not only the update, but those two together are the best update yet. And that said, for me personally, I have to say hats off to Frontier, because you know, we are at the end of the second year of this game. They are still supporting the game. Obviously they are making money with it. Sure, I mean, all the DLCs have to be paid because employees have to be paid, so I mean, one thing is for sure, they are keeping the quality in all the DLCs, so it doesn't feel slapped together or whatsoever. It feels very polished and nice. It is very usable, and I think there are so many great additions to it that I really have to say, if you have the money and if you like the game, don't ever hesitate to get this, because it's amazing. And I would actually say in its entirety, I would prefer it over all the other ones, but this is something down to your own preferences. So if you need more adventure pieces than I do, the adventure pack was definitely the better one because of all the scenery pieces and animatronics in it. But just saying, this one is a freaking awesome DLC. I was hyped at the beginning. I wasn't that hyped, to be honest. I was like, yeah, vintage is very cool, but knowing there is no Schwarzkopf Looper in it, and I was like, I don't know. But I'm super happy with it. I'm super happy about the addition of the bobsled. As I said, I'm just so hyped about this one because of the looks of it. And I keep repeating myself because that's why I'm now starting to end the video. Guys, it's a pleasure for me to be able to bring that to you already on Monday. You will be able to grab this tomorrow. If you want to win a key, make sure to go to the description below and enter into the competition. And also make sure to like the video. If you liked it, leave a comment down below what you think of the update. And also make sure, and this is the most important part, if you want to see all these stuff in detail, please make sure to click to the end screen and click into all of these cards, because I have prepared 4 videos for you guys over each topic, 1 shorter video to make it easier for you to navigate through them. I don't know if that's going to work out. I will just see if it's going to work out or not. If not, I'm going to do the same stuff in the next DLC, whatever thingy, again in one big video. If that's better for you guys, you can also let me know in the comments below, obviously, as always. But yeah, that should be it, guys. Enjoy your day, be hyped for this update, and make sure to let me know tomorrow what you think of this update, and if you enjoy it as much as I do. One last thing I have to say though is I screwed up in some of the videos. Maybe the cursor is not being able to see. I had some issues with my recording software, and I've been away for the weekend, so I only had effectively half a day to record everything. I would have loved to record everything again to actually have the mouse in. It's not my opinion or my view on quality, but it's now midnight, so I'm recording the last video. I have to still render, edit, and do everything to bring it out to you tomorrow. So there's no time for me to record it again. I'm so sorry, but I highly appreciate if you still like the videos, and I would say now I call it a day for the review. Go buy it if you can. It's an amazing DLC. It's an amazing free update in its entirety, and it is just great. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hit that like button if you liked the video. As always, I should stop now. See you then, and have a great day, guys. Bye, 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 bye. Say bye again. Bye. Bye.